Hi, we're back. I'm Allison Norman.
And I'm Mike Kelly, and we're finishing up our country series from the perspective of the seller. Now, this is assuming you're a seller selling country property, and what you should probably look out for. The previous videos we've done have been from the perspective of what a realtor looks at when they come to see a property in order to help their buyers facilitate a purchase without getting, missing a lot of the issues that they have to deal with. So we've talked about septic systems, we talked about wells, we talked about location, and now here we are in the beautiful greenhouse on the property we have listed in the beautiful Russian River AVA, which is the American Viticultural Association. And this is the greenhouse, and as you can see next to me, some beautiful orchard, absolutely gorgeous orchards. Orchids. There's no orchard here. There's plenty of fruit trees, but the lovely orchids behind me. So now, Allie, when somebody goes to perhaps sell their property, we talked about the reports that a buyer should do. Right. Should the seller do the same thing?
Yeah, it's a good idea to do some of the inspections up front. Great idea. We didn't talk about a pest inspection. Whether you're selling a country property or a regular in the city property, it's a good idea for the seller to get the pest inspection done, especially in a country property, because there's just a lot more going on, a lot more of the elements out there in the country, and
a lot more critters in the country.
A lot more critters. It's a good idea to have that information up front so that you're not caught off guard when a buyer does their inspections, and then they're going to come back and ask for a whole bunch of things.
So you're kind of doing to keep everybody honest. So if you do a home inspection and perhaps a pest report, you do your well inspection, you do your septic report, you have all these reports ready for the buyer. So they may say, well, I know that's fine, but I'm going to do my own. And they come back and they find like all these issues, and you're going, wait a second. I just had these done 2 months ago and they're all fine. Oh, really? So it's kind of, you want to keep everybody honest in the transaction. So let's go over them and their cost. Okay. So if you have a home you're selling, you want to do a pest report. We recommend the gentleman we worked with for years is Larry Shork Pest Control, and we'll have his information on this for you later on. And he's about $350 to $400 for a pest report. And he's looking for any Section 1 items. That means active infestation or dry rot.
Right,
so
or bugs.
Or bugs.
That would be the infestation.
That'd be infestation. So, and you can take care of those before you put it on the market, and Larry will issue what they call a certification, which means that that property is free of any active infestation or dry rot. And then a home inspection, you may or may not want to get one of those. I'm from the school of, I think if you let the buyer do their home inspection, it's their time to really find out all about the property. And we use some really good home inspectors, which we'd love to recommend to you. And they kind of take them by the hand, right?
Yeah, the home inspection really, I think we both agree that it should be done by the buyer, because they do walk them around, a very thorough inspection. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours doing they're checking all of the systems, in a country property, they're not going to be checking the septic or the well. Obviously, that's going to be a separate inspection. But they're checking on the furnace and
electrical, plumbing, all these issues,
and the windows and under the house.
So you can basically let that be done by the buyer. But you, as the seller, especially with the country property, you should have your septic system checked out. And all by reputable people, and the people we use, we're going to give you all their names, are all people that in the industry people use quite frequently because they know they're above board, they're ethical, they give a good report.
Right. Okay? Something you want to be careful with an inspector that maybe would be a concern is that they're looking for work and they may find things that don't necessarily need to be done.
Yeah, and the reason we use Larry Shork for our pest control report is that he's not bidding the work. Okay, and there's a lot of ethical pest control companies that want to disparage anybody's reputation, but I kind of feel if they're doing the inspection, they're also going to do the work. How does that work? I don't really like that. So the things you're going to want to do is get have your water tested again. Okay, you maybe bought the property 20 years ago. Your well could be producing a lot less. We've had a drought here. You want to make sure you check for any contamination. Things happen over the years. If you don't have a sanitary seal on your well, you could have things falling in there that may be contaminating the water. Get that, get your septic system. If you haven't had the property surveyed and you're kind of confused as to the property lines, You may want to get maybe Mike Hogan out here from Hogan Surveyors, have his crew come out, measure it, set everything so they know where everything is. Believe me, when buyers come to your property, they always ask you where your property lies.
Oh, yeah. They're going to ask you, so how's the septic system?
Yeah, and you go, oh, it's great.
They're going to say, what about the water? How's the well?
Great water.
You know? And then they're going to...
Where's your property lines? Over there and over there and over there.
Right? Yeah, so, you know, it really just is a kind of peace of mind, and so that you know going in what you've got. And it doesn't mean that you have to fix every little thing that comes up. Right. It means that you have the information to give the buyer. You know, you say, look, here you go. When we get into situations, sometimes as a property like this one, which is a very desirable property, you're going to get multiple offers, and people are going to be throwing money out there and offers to tie up the property. We don't want them to have a lot of room to come back and say, oh, but what about this, and this? And you go, oh, well, we told you about that at the beginning. Yeah. So it's really peace of mind for you, so that you know what you have.
And like we said, it's also a check and balance. So when they do their reports, and you'll find this out, they'll come to you and they say, well, we're going to get our own pest report. You said, we just got one. They said, we want our own pest report. That's fine.
Yeah, and they might do that.
Let them do that. Let them do that. We're not trying to steer anybody to using the people we use, but let them get all they want to. But it's also, then you got this report here, and then this report comes in, and if there's a discrepancy, you're going to talk to your guy and say, why is there a discrepancy? He's going to say they're full of BS, and you can take care of that issue pretty quick, okay? Yeah. But anyway, so when you're selling property, you need to prepare it, and what Allison and I do is we come to your property, we do what we talked about earlier, we drive in, we look at it from the standpoint of a buyer. So if you're a seller thinking about selling, you need to have Allie and I come out and take a look at it for you. It's no charge for that.
Nope.
We do a lot of great work. Okay, we have videos, we have virtual tours of properties when we take them. We can tell you what things to clean up, what things not to clean up, what to repair, what not to repair.
What, you know, you want to do one or the other, which one would be better, you know?
Exactly. When's the best time to be selling? Right now, this is February of 2015. We have a very constrained inventory, very little listings on the market. So, you know, it's kind of a funny time to put a property on the market, maybe in the wintertime, but there's only 480 properties on the market. We look back 8 years ago, there were 2,500 houses on the market. So you can see we have very little, which means there's still a lot of buyers, low interest rates, right?
Oh, interest rates are great.
And they want to find property. So this is a great time to be putting your property on the market. So you can reach Allison and I at the following places. Numbers.
Give us a call, 707-799-3617. Email nodumbquestion@gmail.com.
Because real estate, there are
no dumb questions.
Also, we have a radio show on Sundays. You may want to tune us in. You can tune us in anywhere in the world. You can go to ksro.com Sunday mornings, 9 to 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Or if you're local, listen to 1350 AM or 103.5 FM.
Right. And you can always, like I said, give us Allison a call at 707-799-3617. This is all on the screen, 800-959-7244. This is Mike Kelly.
And I'm Allison Norman.
And we've been chatting about country property, and this ends our series on buying country property. If you wish other episodes of this, Buying Country Property, you can go to YouTube and see those also.
Yep.
Great. Have a great day.
Thanks.